That's head coach Loren Hibbs, Charlotte baseball, and the wait is finally over, Coach. Looks like games are going to happen this week, and we talked back in the fall about some of the off-season things you guys have been doing, some of the things you've been doing during the year, but let's kind of transition that into the spring and talk about the things that you're actually seeing on the field, having been able to get the guys as a team on the field for the last few weeks. Are you pleased with the progress from the fall through winter break and now into the spring?
Yeah, we need to play somebody different. Yeah. Our guys are getting tired of playing each other in inter-squad scrimmages. And with the way baseball's set up, and it has been for years, the first game we play is going to count and going to be for real. So no scrimmages against outside teams, no fall games to get, that game experience. It's for real on Friday against a really good Delaware State team. It's probably the best team we've played to open the season here at home in many, many years. They're projected to be in the NCAA tournament this year. They got all their starting pitching back and most of their position guys. So we're excited to get going on Friday. Practice has been going okay. We've been changing around lineups a lot, playing a lot of different combinations of guys. But the good thing is we've been able to get our pitch counts up to where they need to be from a pitching standpoint. And we'll still have them on pitch counts this weekend, but it's been good to get guys out there, get their pitch counts up, and get some defensive work. And we're probably going to utilize several different lineup combinations, this weekend. We get a chance to play hopefully 4 times this weekend and see what we can do to try to figure out a way to scratch a few wins out of this opening weekend series.
That was going to be my next question, was for you about your rotation and your lineups. You brought in a bunch of guys, and there are quite a few guys back that have been here for several years, but you've moved some guys around position-wise. How set kind of are you in your head as to what you think you'll be looking at in 2013, and how much of this first weekend, these first 2 weeks, will kind of help determine who plays and where?
It's always a learning process. Every day we get a chance to practice is a learning process. We've moved some guys around the fall. We've moved some guys around defensively here in the early spring. I don't have a crystal ball. Anybody that tells you that they do in any sport and they can predict what's going to happen when you start playing, they really are kind of lying to everybody because nobody really knows. So, a little anxiety, I think, from my standpoint and from everybody's standpoint, our coaching staff, just to play. We need to play, and then we need to go about making adjustments as quickly as we can based on what we see in those game situations. So I think we need to be patient with some of our young guys. We got several guys that have never played in a college game, Division I college game, and several transfer guys that have never played in Division I, college game. So we need to be patient with those guys. And again, we're really biting off a big chunk this weekend. We've got a lot of respect for Delaware State. They're going to come down here ready to play, and we're biting off a big chunk and looking forward to playing a really good team right off the bat.
One thing that we can say for the Charlotte program is there's been some consistency at the coaching levels. Brandon Hall's back for 11th year. Chris Rochelle's been here almost as much as he has played. But adding Bo Robinson last summer, what kind of addition has he been? And I know he's integrated himself well into the coaching staff. You guys obviously know him quite well, but how different has it been having him as another set of eyes on the hitters and some of the defense?
It's been good, and one of the things that, that we're going to adjust and something due to a rules change and some other issues that we're dealing with, this year is I'm going to go back to coaching on the field in terms of our offensive stuff. I'm actually going to go back to coaching first base, which I haven't done that for a long time, but going back to doing that and giving all the offensive signs from the first base coaching box. And that will allow, Bo Robinson to coach third for us. He does a great job of that, a lot better job than I would do if I was over there because I'm old and I can't move around very well anymore. And then that'll allow Brandon and I to be able to manage the pitching staff and manage the game like we have for going on 11 years now. And it frees us up with Chris Rochelle. Chris has done a good job evaluating for us in terms of recruiting. It frees him up to go recruit on those non-conference game days during the middle of the week, which from traveling with us is really important. And we have the ability to put a guy on the road even and maybe miss some games because we can get a chance to get ahead of the game in terms of recruiting. And it also frees Chris Rochelle up to do the majority of the defensive stuff for us in-game in combination with Bo Robinson. So it's guys that have either worked for us, in Brandon's case for 11-plus years, or guys that have played for us and they understand the system. And I think it's going to allow us to be able to manage each game a little bit better. I think we've done a pretty good job of that over the 20-plus years we've been here, but you can always look at improving things and doing things better. So I got to get that helmet on and go out in the first base coaching box and try to stay away from any errant throws or line drives. I don't like getting hit, so I'll try to move as fast as I can.
All right, a good schedule of home games, and the first one's this weekend. 4 to get started here against Delaware State. We hope to get the fans out there. Weather looks like it could be pretty good. I know the forecasts are forecast, but at least Friday night looks pretty good, so hopefully things go well and you guys get off to a good start.
Yeah, we're excited to get a chance to play, and again, want to encourage everybody to come out in Niner Nation and support our guys. We need all the support we can get. Thanks.